Good evening. With your CIGTV news update, I'm Simon BOXALL in for Donna Bush. We lead off tonight with two stories on the work being done to preserve and protect our local environment. First up, an article in the journal Yale Environment 360, published by the Yale School of Forestry and Environmental Studies. The article discusses the Department of Environment's efforts to rescue endangered pillar coral. It cites work on the Killer Pillar dive site off Grand Cayman's 7 Mile Beach to transplant healthy sections of coral. The work off 7 Mile Beach is being done in the context of global efforts by scientists to protect coral reefs from disease. To mark the publication of the article, the Department of Environment has released pictures of the work on the Killer Pillar on their Facebook page. The Yale article describes the results of the scientific intervention as promising. In other environment news, the Department of Environment says it is pleased to see a rise in the number of rays at the North Sound sandbar. The department notes that the final count of southern stingrays from a recent evaluation by the Guy Harvey Research Institute found a total of 113 stingrays at the North Sound sandbar. This did not include the numbers at Stingray City or at Rum Point. The DOE reminds sandbar users to treat the rays found in the wildlife interaction zone of the sandbar gently. Shown here, DOE staff members Lauren Dombowski and Jerica Wood demonstrate the proper way to hold a southern stingray. Officials note that the latest count reflects a significant increase from just 7 years ago when only 61 rays were counted during the census. Turning to culture and heritage, a young Caymanian culinary talent made a splash at the Mission House last week. 16-year-old Bradley McLaughlin led a Cayman-style beef cooking class at the Mission House recently. As chef and class leader, Bradley invited his students to join him in preparing the beef. He also showed how traditional Cayman beef could be elevated with modern culinary techniques. In addition to the cooking demonstration, attendees also received a tour of the historic Mission House. Bradley is a recipient of the Proud of Them Youth Recognition Awards, participates in the National Youth Culinary Program, and is the Apprentice of the Year of the Cayman Islands Senior Culinary Team. And in our final story, monetary authority staffers remember a colleague's father. Members of the authority's compliance team recently presented $2,000 to the Health Services Authority Dialysis Unit. The donation was made in honor of the former dialysis patient, the late Joseph A. Powell, whose daughter works in the compliance division. The funds will go towards the purchase of new chairs for the unit. As always, if you missed today's news update, you can get all the details on our Facebook and YouTube pages. And of course, don't forget to tune into Radio Commands for the Record and Talk Today's shows, which are always packed full of exciting guests. I'm Simon BOXALL. Thanks for watching.
The Royal Cayman Islands Police Service has launched a new service to apply for a police clearance certificate online. To make this process quick and easy, ensure you have digital copies of all required documents readily available. At a minimum, you'll need a copy of your passport photo page. Our website lists the full requirements. If you are using an Apple iOS or Android mobile device, you can use the camera to take photos of these documents while completing your application. After you have read the instructions and are ready to start, type in the alphanumeric string from the CAPTCHA image and click the green button that says Start Application. If you can't read the letters and numbers properly, click Can't Read Image below the photo to try again. To complete your application, you will follow 5 simple steps. These are shown at the top of each page, and the blue circle will always show where you are right now. Enter the requested data in each field. All fields marked with an asterisk are required. Each field has some help information, and please pay attention to the correct format for dates and telephone numbers in particular. When selecting your birthday, you can also use the calendar feature. If a field has a drop-down list, you can scroll through alphabetically or start typing to find the correct option. You will be asked to enter your email address twice to ensure it's correct. This is the address we will use to send you a confirmation email and receipt. Once you have entered all of the required information, click Next at the bottom of the screen. If you click the Cancel Application button at any stage in the process, you will lose everything you've entered so far and be returned to the home page. On this page, answer the questions about past offenses, provide details if relevant, and then click Next. In this step, you will select the type of service being requested and details of the person applying, as well as anyone who might pick up the certificate on his or her behalf. If you select certain options, more information may be required at this stage or later in the process when you are uploading your documents. Finally, select the reasons you are applying and then click Next. If you make a mistake, use the drop-down menu to change the reason or click the red X to delete a line. Remember, if you click the Cancel Application button at any stage in the process, you will lose everything you've entered so far and be returned to the home page. If you need to go back to a previous page to review or change data you already entered, you can use the Back button. You can also navigate through the process using the links at the top of the page. On this page, you will be asked for the relevant digital documents to support your application. On each line, click the Upload icon, select the correct file, and then click Upload. Repeat this process for each document. Based on the information you've already entered, this page will tell you the basic documents required. However, please remember to read the guidance notes to ensure you've included everything for your particular application. You can click the Upload More Documents button if you need to add more files, using the Comments field to briefly explain the additional documents you are submitting. If you go back to previous sections after uploading documents and make changes that affect these requirements, you may need to re-upload your documents. This is the final page before submission. Please review all information provided to ensure it is accurate and complete. You won't be able to change anything on this page, but you can use the Back button or the links at the top of the page to return to earlier pages and update any field. By submitting this application, you are declaring that the information provided is accurate and truthful. If you are satisfied with your application, click Proceed to Online Payment. You may need to allow pop-ups and then click the button again to show the payment screen where you will enter your debit or credit card information. The Cayman Islands government accepts Visa and MasterCard, and you can use a debit or credit card issued anywhere in the world. Payment will be processed in Cayman Islands dollars for local service, and in United States dollars for overseas service. If you have questions about any exchange rate that will be used, or foreign currency transaction fees, please contact the bank that issued your card. The Cayman Islands government will not receive or retain your card information. Once your online payment has been authorized, you can view and print your receipt. Click Continue to return to our webpage for details on pickup date and time. If there is an issue with your application and we have to contact you for more information, your application may be delayed. You will also receive a confirmation email with this information and your official receipt. Please remember to bring your passport for identification when you collect your certificate from the Criminal Records Office.
Did you know that planning permission is required for a shed? Did you know you should check with the department as a planning and permit application may be required?